Hi guys! Okay, so today I'm going to read you the prologue of a story I've been writing. It's on my school laptop, which sadly most of it got erased. It took me 4.5 weeks just to get 5 chapters of it, and each chapter were 3 pages long. All of it got deleted except for the 4-paragraph prologue. So I'm really kind of pissed about that. But I want you guys to hear it, so if you like it, just tell me, because otherwise I'm just going to give up on it because it was too much work to lose. But if you guys feel like I should keep writing it, I'm going to keep trying to get it all back. So yeah. It's called Victorian whatever, I don't know. It doesn't really have a perfect title yet. Okay, so prologue. Celestia cried as she held the jagged knife to her forearm. She jerked the knife across, and the blood quickly began pouring out, and a tear landed on her cut, and it instantly healed. "Damn it!" screamed Celestia. She cut over and over again, wiping her tears away as she cut, but they kept falling and healing her cuts. She stopped and sat in the darkness of the room crying and crying, until she had no tears left to cry. In one motion, she held her breath and slid the knife across her neck. There are no more tears to cry, she thought. So how would this one heal? She fell over, and the knife came out of her hand and rolled away. Celestia lay there, blood pooling around her, and her vision became very blurry. A small smile came upon her face, with blood in the corner of her mouth. She licked it off and stopped, smiling. Sour, she thought. I thought this would free me. Celestia woke up in the hospital the next day, and began yelling and crying. No! Over and over again. The doctors rushed in, and she had the scalpel in her hand, and she was out of the bed. The doctors were astonished. They thought she was dead. Her heartbeat had stopped the previous night. "You're alive!" yelled one of the doctors. "Such fools," Celestia said, looking at the scalpel. "You're all fools!" Shield then ran forward and cut the doctor's chest, making an X. She ran out the door and down the street. The doctor fell to the ground, screaming, "It burns! It burns!" The X Celestia had made was glowing bright red, and when the doctors touched it, trying to help, they got burned. "What's going on?" yelled one of the female doctors. "Impossible," said the doctor who had been cut. He was on the floor, no blood coming out of the deep cut, only redness. The doctor began shaking and twitching rapidly, and suddenly his chest blew out, and the female doctor and the nurse were covered in his blood, and the nurse fell to the ground screaming, "What just happened?" She was hit with something, and she grabbed what she thought to be something that had flown out of his pocket. But she screamed again. "What's wrong?" yelled the doctor. "His heart?" The nurse had his heart in her hands, and she fainted. Celestia kept running with the scalpel, not stopping or looking back, and quickly climbed the side of a nearby building. She only stopped when she was at the top, and sat on the roof panting. She looked over the side of the building and saw a car speeding down the hill. It was the female doctor, still covered in blood. She stepped out of her car and was armed. "Murderer!" she screamed at Celestia. The doctor began running up the steps and finally reached the roof. Celestia was nowhere in sight. She heard her car start. "What?" She looked down the edge of the building, and Celestia was there in the car, but it wouldn't go. It was stuck in the mud. "Great," Celestia said to herself. The doctor appeared a few seconds later. "Why run, Celestia?" Celestia was stuck with fear. "How do you know my name?" "Do you know who I am?" That's it. That's all I have left. But if my laptop gets fixed, I will definitely start making this a series if you guys want me to. It would mean so much to me if you guys actually like this, because I've never actually been that good of a writer. So yeah. Leave a comment on this video if you think I should keep going with it. If not, just don't say anything and I'll get the deal. Or whatever you want to do, pretty much. And yeah.